don't feel fucking cute anymore. I don't feel sexy. I feel like ass. I want to go in the bathroom and cry. And you made me feel that way.
Stop.
I would never date a guy who would like make me feel the same way, because I have, and I won't do it again.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know this beat, it's your girl KylerB coming at you with a new video. So today we're going to be talking about Love Island USA Season 5 Episode 31, and let's get right into the video. So, let's just say this is one of the most unserious Love Island series I have seen. In terms of drama, this is definitely the best season of Love Island USA. This season is very much, je ne sais quoi, unpredictable, okay? Como se dice, unpredictable, okay? Because what is going on? First, we got Scott coming back into the villa, and you know he's on his day with Cassie. Cassie comes back. She basically suspect. You know, she comes back, she basically just goes directly to Imani, tells Imani that there's the new guy coming in the villa. His name is Scott. He wants to have a date with you. So everybody's confused, like, what's going on here? Why are you not talking to us? Like, you've been gone for hours. Where are you at? Blah, blah, blah. So you got Carmen basically calling her by her government name, Cassandra. Anyway, Scott and Imani go on a date. They basically chat, you know, obviously, you know, flirty, whatever. They finally come back, and you know she's telling Carmen that, you know, Scott, you know, from the UK, he's here, he was just here, So Scott and Imani came back. Basically, I guess Carmen, you know, she is as confused as everybody else who was confused that he came on the show again, that, you know, what happened to Catherine, like he was coupled up with Catherine. So basically, what Scott says is that he's talking about Abby, that he was coupled up with Abby, and he basically friend-zoned her the last week of Love Island, and then he got sent home. So he never really mentioned Catherine in any capacity or where he stands with her. So he's basically just saying purely on the show, he didn't find love, and his last coupling was with Abby, who he didn't find a connection with.
So who's seen the UK one?
I watched it.
Right.
I watched it.
You know. Right, yeah. So so I spent 6 weeks in the UK one. Yeah, 3 weeks ago I was in there. Got to the final week. The girl I was with, a friend zoned her in the final week, so I'll come out single.
Welcome.
Hey, well, welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, good. I'm nice to meet you all anyway.
So he's purely talking about the show situation. He's not talking about anything outside of that or what's going on behind the scenes. Anyway, with that being said, we have Leo. He's been waiting all night to talk to Cassie, and he finally gets to talk to Cassie. Basically pours out his heart and soul, like, you know what, I really have feelings for you, I'm really falling for you, and then Cassie's like, yeah, it's very sweet, but yeah, we can be friends, but romantic is kind of close, but we can be friends. So he's kind of like bummed, you know, whatever. So she's talking to the girls, and she's basically saying, like, you know, Leo did this and but I basically, you know, said the door is closed. So all the girls are so shocked, like, wow, you put your foot down, because obviously they saw how quickly, you know, KK went back to Keenan with no, like, she didn't stand her ground. Like, KK went back to Keenan within 24 hours. Like, even Hannah was just like, I thought you were gonna fold like a folding chair. She stood her ground. She's actually making Leo work for it. And to be honest, what Leo did was very, you know, very dirty. Like, you can't even, yeah, it was very dirty. Like, be for real. In the villa, Destiny, she's in the highway. She obviously got, you know, hurt. I guess during today's challenge or whatever, she got hurt and stuff like that. So when she came back the next day, she had like a patch on her back. So the girls were basically like, oh my gosh, you're back, And then I think Carmen said something along the lines like, oh, you have to see the new Bombshell. And he's like, dark hair, light eyes. And then Destiny said something along the lines of, you know, that's her type or something. And I'm like, okay, like Destiny showing her how Scott looks, and obviously, I guess is up Destiny's alley, So Imani, she's trying to claim dibs on Scott because Scott's like being like, why is this girl single? Like, why did nobody snatch her up? Da 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 da, and like, why is she single? But obviously Kyle, he wanted to do a 180, and Bergie basically cut Imani off and basically said, yeah, I'm gonna get to know Taylor S. When Scott was in the villa and he was talking like who's single or who's like what's the status of everybody's relationship, Hannah, Carmen, and Taylor S basically said they're closed off.
So out of the girls, who's closed off, who's not? Let's put it out there.
I'm closed off.
So you two are closed off, so yeah, expect
I
that.
feel like
Everyone
I'm
else?
closed off as well.
You're closed off?
Yeah.
So the big man? Obviously, I had the date with Cassie and Imani.
That's fucking wild.
I didn't even know
Oh
this.
shit, do you not know about this now?
No.
Oh, so they snuck out, yeah, so I had a date out the front with both of them. How have you left this one single, by the way? And this one, that's both of them, yeah, I can't, yeah.
He's a smart man.
And Taylor S was like a shock because who knew Taylor S was going to be closed off of Bergie, but she said she's closed off of Bergie. So Bergie was shocked, like, oh, okay. But obviously Carmen is in a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship with Kenzo, Marco, and Hannah, and then obviously Taylor S. So the single people are Johnny, Cassie, Destiny, and Imani. So yeah, those are the only people that Scott talks to. So after he talked to Imani and Cassie, he pulls Johnny for a chat. Same type of flirting, whatever. Destiny was away for the whole night, so he didn't get to talk to Destiny until the next day. Zay was basically, I guess, talking about his situation with Destiny. He's basically saying that he wants to explore connections and he needs to talk to Destiny. But I'm like, Destiny's been a hideaway since yesterday. You did not once check up on the girl to see if she was okay. You don't even care how she's doing. From the moment, you could have almost went home, all you cared about was telling her that you wanted to be open. From the moment her two closest people left the villa, before you comfort her, basically like, are you okay? Any of that nature, you're like, you know what? I would have regret leaving without getting to know other people. Like, to be honest, when you're put in situations like that, you would probably be more prone to be closer to the connection that you're already in. You should have pulled a Taylor S if you're being honest. You should have been like, okay, I could have went home. Let me lock down the connection that I'm in. He should have done that. But before he's doing that, he wants to get to know other people, which I'm just like, you were in the bottom, not Destiny. You know what I'm saying? Taylor S saw that she was in the bottom and not Bergie, so she was like, let me lock it down. Taylor S is looking for the bag. That's what she's looking at. She's looking at the bag. She said she's gonna be exclusive with Bergie, da 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 da. I don't even think she really like him like that, but she said the bag, okay? Zay, he talking about he needs to explore. Like, if you see you could have went home by the skin of your teeth, why are you going to explore? And what connection are you exploring? Because Cassie's not checking for you. None of the other girls in the villa is checking for you. So who are you exploring? Who are you exploring? The same girl you kissed in the challenge the day before is not checking for you at all. So I'm very confused that you keep on saying you need to explore connections. You need to explore connections. Who? You don't even know what other bombshells are even coming in before the show's over. But you're like, oh, I need to keep my options open, explore connections. Why don't you just try to nurture what you already have before keep on reiterating to Destiny you need to explore new connections? And as a Casa boy, you're really overstepping here. You're overstepping as a Casa boy. Because to be honest, from Casa, you have your chance to explore. You have a chance to explore 5 to 6 different girls. And then you obviously end up picking Destiny, or obviously having a better connection with Destiny out of the 5 to 6 girls that was in Casa. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that Cassie was already in Casa with Destiny and you decided to now, I guess, show interest in her during the challenge, So now you want to explore who you're exploring. As a Casa boy, you already have your chance to explore different people. So I'm confused as who else you're trying to check for, because nobody's checking for you today. He had that conversation with her the same day as the dumping, the next day before the challenge, and then after she got out the hideaway from being, not feeling well, you want to say again, oh, I need to explore. That's the whole point of this Love Life experience. It needs to be fair. Like, Destiny's just like over it. She's just like, you know what? I don't really feel like speaking to you. It's over. I don't really care. Like, she basically got up. She didn't even get up. Before they even got sat down to have that chat, he was already telling her like what he's about to say and whatever. So she already had an inkling what type of conversation was going to be. So as soon as she heard what she needed to hear, she was just like, no. She's like, no, I don't want to speak to you. It's over. She left, walked away, and that was it. Granted, she could have handled it better, like I said, but how many times she needs to hear you want to explore, you want to be open, like how many times? And she did tell the guy, whatever you choose, I may not be here. So she gave him a fair warning. So I'm confused as why people are upset. Like, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You want to explore non-existent connections, but you're upset because she doesn't want to hear you out. She heard you out the first 2 times. She heard you out. So you can't even say, oh, she never heard you out. She listened to you on the terrace. She listened to you when you were sitting at the fire pit. Like, be for real. Anyways, Destiny and Scott have a chat, and they're chatting about basically their accents and stuff like that. I would say out of the 4 girls that he's talking to, I would say Imani and Destiny are his only 2 probably contenders that he's probably might be checking for real.
Guys, wake the hell up. Good morning.
Oh God, you're so excited in the morning, Jesus.
Because they're like 100% open. Cassie and Leo have another chat. He wrote a poem for her, basically talked to her, and Leo basically said, I'm not gonna stop until you really say pull back and like stop talking to me. So Cassie never really said that. After he said it, Cassie never really said anything. She was just like, you know what, conversation over. A little smirk on her face. So he was like, all right, like, I got it noted. Meaning that he should apply even more pressure to get Cassie back. So with that being said, Cassie and Leo might be a possibility. He's going to obviously continue to put in the work, whatever. Next thing you know, we have this biggest plot twist. Cassie and Johnny. So obviously they have this like flirting situation going on, and it's like, some fun flirting that became into something else. And Johnny was like, feeling the vibes. Cassie's feeling the vibes. Next thing you know, they go up to soul ties, and then they shared a kiss to basically test their connection. Obviously, after that whole situation, they were like, oh, the kiss was good, whatever. Cassie's talking to Carmen, the kiss was good, but, she still has Leo on her mind. And, Scott's also an option, and da-da-da-da. But I feel like ultimately for her, it's Leo. Next thing you know, there's a heart race challenge, and we basically only saw 2 girls start out the challenge, which was Hannah and Carmen. The only thing that came out of this was that Carmen did the challenge, and Kenzo felt bothered because I guess how she was doing the challenge. And, since they're boyfriend and girlfriend, Kenzo felt like she was overstepping her boundaries because, they're supposed to be in a relationship. So he didn't like the fact that she was, hugging or kissing the guy's necks or whatever. So he was upset with her throughout the whole heart race challenge, and he was just very silent while she was like Leo and Marco was the only people cheering for her. So there's that. Kenzo's upset with Carmen. He didn't like how she did the heart race challenge, and that was it. But anyway, guys, if you like the video, comment down below, let me know your thoughts, comments, concerns, and subscribe to my channel. Subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Peace.